All right, 6th of March. So let's take a look at what we've got here. Now this is gold. Let's turn this into a 15-minute and let me go back into the daily and the weekly as we start Monday. Okay, so it's a new week. We don't have anything on the weekly. Let's take a look at the daily. With gold, I said we'd be coming up here. So we've got a nice target there, which is 58. And that's 1860. So let's put that on the radar, 1860. Now, I talked about this level being a target last week, and it's made that. And that's your 1860 there, which is right on the edge of that level there. Okay, so no problem there. All right, so this is exactly how things panned out, and these were astro hours last week. All right, so on Friday, this was an astro hour, so market coming down, pushing up, coming down into the zone, pushing up. So if you got targets up there, what you want to do obviously is wait for the pullback at the astro hour and go long to them. So now we're in this zone here. Now that 1860 can well be hit today. If I turn this again into a 4-hour chart, then what we can see, in fact on the daily as well, right, is going to be this indecision bar here. Where are we? This one there on wicks on both sides. So the market coming up here is good. I said we will probably break above this, okay, because that's an inducement. And I said if it doesn't break and go down, it will definitely come back and break it. So breaking up is good on this side here. So what we want to do is on the push up, want to sell. And the 1860 is not a bad zone there. The 63 is 1872, which is also doable, which is there as well. So on a 4-hour chart, what you want to be looking at is to see where the market broke out. And there's a bit of a gap here. So it's either going to be here or it's going to be in that zone there, which is going to be from there to there. We'll take the body of that. Okay. There. Right. So push it into there. And we'll push this out here. So this is one zone, all right, which is nice and easy. We're already in there. So this 1860 zone is doable. And I said we should go above that, which was the inducement. Okay, so that's nice and clean. Now we can get rid of this. So what we want to look out for now is to keep pushing up. If the market comes back here, you want to go up. If it goes up first, then we'll want to be sellers. Okay, that 45 is a good buy kiss, which is 1835, and it's a bit down here. It's right on the weekly, but the market should come back there into the 35. Why? Because it's this zone here. Okay, so we should pull back. So on the up moves, on the daily targets, PST level there, 1862 plus this 158. If it matches an astro hour, selling in this zone is not a bad idea to push down. Okay, and on the 4-hour chart as well, you can see that that is the zone that broke it down. So selling off here is not a bad idea. All right, beyond this, wait and see. If it breaks above the 1860.62, let's put that there, 1860.62. If it breaks above that, just don't stand in front of it, wait for it. Okay, wait for what? Wait for some kind of confirmation until we get to a resistance to sell again, because it's an impulse wave down. So in the up moves, we want to be shorting and are targeting. The first targeting we should be getting down to is the weekly pivot. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Same kind of thing here. Okay, with this one, we don't. This is going to be 62 as the price is 1.0808. 1.0808 is going to be all the way up there, as you can see, right? Now on this as well, these were astro hours last week. As you can see from here, the market moved up. This is a 4-hour chart, came back again on Friday to push up. This is not, out of the ordinary, because we talked about the market going up, and I said we should also break above this as well, remember? Okay, so the market should also push above and break this as well. Now on the daily, we've got this zone 47 which is 1.0642. I'll turn this into, just bear with me, what caused this is there. And that's the indecision there. So we'll take it from there. Okay, so that should be it. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, that I put there already. Let's get rid of these. And let's put fresh levels for the week. That we already did. On the daily, our first is 47, which is 1.0642. Turn this into a 15-minute chart. 1.0642 is already done. Okay, but this should go higher. Okay, and then we should sell off. Okay, so if it comes back first, okay, into the weekly pivot, daily pivot, weekly pivot, the opening, we can go up. Also, if it comes down first, into this zone here, so it'd be like the low of last week into this zone. Okay, you can also buy at astrology if it comes down into there. Okay, and that's that. Selling from this zone is logical also. Why? Because like I said, it's 1.0642 was this level here. Okay, but because it broke out, we should now target this 51, 1.0678, 1.0678. Okay, so try to do that. If it pulls back, you can push back up. If it goes up, you can sell from there. Where you want to buy first is going to be this opening and the weekly here. Okay, and that's basically it. Why? Because this is the level that caused the break. So either there, if it breaks any lower, we'll probably head down towards that zone there, and so on. But the market breaking above these to pull back is logical at this time, but we still can probably test this out here as well. Okay, like I said, we should, I'm just thinking that was higher, so boom, 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 maybe. Okay, so we're going to try that sell up here as well. If it goes up first, selling is an option. We should go long if the market comes down first into that zone. All right, now remember the swing day for euro dollar. I'm going to post it up there as well, so also for all of the others as well, so be careful. Try to trade on the swings as well on those days. That'll be a better option. You'll get a better push. US 30, also we talked about this. I said we should break above that. That's a good push. It went above everything there on the PST, and we're right on a 51. This is a place 33,417, 33,417 is just about there. All right, so this is the place where the market is, as you can see, turning down, and that's logical. Why? Because it's a good buy kiss there. We've got room to push down. Okay, now this is a good impulse wave, but the market should come back to fill in some gaps here and here. All right, so if you want to test that as well, what you can do is see from there. So we should pull back into this zone. These were from last week. We said we would be going up, and I said this is a runner last week. Remember in the video, this is a runner. If I tighten this up, okay, and I said we should go above and clean it out and then sell it off. Okay, and that's what the market is doing right now. Okay, and these were Astrals last week as well. As you can see, the market came back and then just pushed up into that zone. So today, pushing back down, and also it's going to be a swing day for Dow Jones today. All right, so from the highs, selling is not a bad idea. As you can see, we should come all the way in there. That's 1, 2, 3 targets already. Okay, and what caused the breakout for that one is all the way down here. So we should go we should come back to the weekly pivot, right? So selling at the tops today in New York as well is not a bad idea. You can wait for the New York session as well. A good astro hour was the 5 o'clock bar today, my time, which is 5:53, 6:20, 5:45 to 6:20, which is on the platform 4:45. That's your 4:30, that's your 4:45. So if you learned financial astrology from me, you would have been okay with selling it right there on your PST goodbye kiss. This is what I'm talking about when I say price meets time. Okay, that's an astro hour right there in that zone. And now that that's over, market's going to be moving downwards. Okay, and it should move at least downwards towards lunchtime. We should come back probably into the daily pivot or whatever. So selling at New York in the market ups is a good idea. If it comes down here, we should have a push up and then sell off later. Okay, so if it comes down here by New York opening, New York will want to push it up and then sell it off later. All right, so be mindful. Now with Bitcoin, we talked about the market wanting to push down. Let's take a look at that on a bigger time frame. Since we're doing it, we might as well take a look at the weekly as well, since it is a new week. All right, okay, so there are a few white lines here. You're probably wondering why. Because I was working on Bitcoin astrology during the weekend. Okay, and let's just get rid of these. Now let's see what's going on with Bitcoin. As you know, right, we had a good push up. I talked about mid-January being good to go up, and I talked about this level, and now the market's selling off. We should push down. You could think of this like a runner as well, but this is a good kind of push in order to go down. Now on the monthly, we should come back down a little bit more, and then we can go long way down to look 18,800, 17,000 is like a good zone to come back to fill in the gap, at least into 18,500. All right, so if you think about it, coming into those levels again is not a bad idea to be going higher. Okay, and then you can like kind of push it up and see how that pans out. Okay, obviously you don't want to be selling here. All right, if you're day trading, you want to be selling at the tops there. 46, 22,832. 22,832 is about the weekly pivot. So if it does pop up, you can sell off from those levels if you're day trading it. If you're going to wait for the buy, like I said, you need to wait for the market to come into these blue dotted lines down here. The support of the day is 34, which is 21,846. So if you sell 21,850 is going to be the level you want to be looking out for. Okay, so this zone here, it's going to be a support zone here. All right, so the market wants to come back into this zone. It's not a bad idea, and if it does, it will go up, and also there'll be some buying action here because it's a good buying opportunity here. Okay, but looking at it from a longer perspective, long-term perspective, we should come back down into these levels and then go back up. All right, so we should come back into these blue dotted lines. All right, so if you're hodling like us on crypto, then wait for the lower levels. Don't just jump on board, otherwise it'll, might get choppy, or you might have to wait more than you anticipated. So if you're hodling, wait for a good price. Like I said here as well, the 15 zone was good to buy. The market went up. I'm also looking for swings on Bitcoin, not just the swing days that I give, but on the weekend I was doing some good work on Bitcoin and looking at the planets and how I can match them to good swing days as well. So once I finish that, I'll also share it as well, so it'll be like a really good new work to add on to Bitcoin.